Hey guys, I'm just going to go over the thumbnail sketches that are due this Sunday for the Ad Concept and Design project, which will be for Bear Paw Ski Bowl. If you have any questions, just watch the video where I go over the project worksheet. It kind of just summarizes the project in a whole. We're going to be using this week and next week to kind of finish up the main project, but honestly this week it's just coming up with the ideation phase of the project, so coming up with concepts for your text and your imagery, and coming up with a goal and an audience segment are really important before you even start your thumbnails. So let me just go over this assignment, your 3 thumbnail sketches. And like I said, they're due February 28th before 11:30 p.m. And just take your time with this because it's one of the most important stages for ad design and development, is just coming up with the initial goals and audience and concepts for imagery and text. That's going to be some of the most important steps of this whole process. The actual designing of the ad, after you get everything else figured out, is actually the easy part. Once you get a hang of the software anyway. Some of you might have a little bit of a hard time with the software, but luckily Canva.com, the software that we're going to use to actually design the final ad, is pretty easy to use. But you don't need to worry about the Canva.com right now. We're just thinking about our ideas for our three ideas for an ad. So the thumbnail sketches. So make sure you pick a goal and an audience segment for your ad design from the project worksheet. So you'll have to open up this project worksheet and look through the goals and look through the audience segments and pick which one you want to go with. And then I want you to complete 3 thumbnail sketches and let me know what your goal and audience is somewhere above your sketch. And please include the following in your thumbnail sketches. So I want a headline, a subhead, a call to action, which is the action you want your viewer to take. And then I want imagery, photo, graphical ideas kind of sketched out. And then I want the Bear Paw logo in there somewhere as well. So each thumbnail sketch should have different imagery and text idea combinations, but can be for the same goal or audience. If you wish to use different goals or audience combinations of each sketch idea, you may. So you can do, different goals and audiences for each sketch if you want, or you can do 3 ideas for one audience and goal combination. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do there. Body copy ideas are optional. And then adding some sort of dealer promotion, you can do that if you want. It's kind of encouraged. And even your deal should be targeted at your chosen audience. So I mean, like seniors ski for free. So if you're doing an ad for seniors, you could add that in as a deal or promotion. So make sure your ad concept meets the ad goal or ad objective that you come up with from the project worksheet. So you just choose those. Your ad concept should also consider the audience segment picked. Make sure the ad is playful, lighthearted, humorous, and youthful, both text and imagery, since that's kind of the tone we're wanting to go for with Bear Paw Ski Bowl, because one of the main things we want to do with Bear Paw Ski Bowl is just attract that new generation of skiers. And then the whole goal of this thumbnail process is you're going to choose one of your favorite ideas to actually design from. So this is just really like coming up with 3 different options and then developing the ideas. And then at the end stage, once I grade these and give you my opinion, maybe tell you how to make it better, you can then identify your favorite thumbnail idea to actually make your final ad with. So what I'm wanting you to do is I just want you to take a picture of your 3 thumbnail sketches. You can use your phone or other device, whichever device you want. Just use good lighting, and it may help to actually use a pen to make the lines a little darker. And then put each one of them on a piece of computer paper if you can. I don't really want notebook paper because then I can't see anything. So definitely a larger computer paper will work really well just because it's a larger size, so I can see what your headline says, what your subhead says. This size of paper is going to be best, and actually using quite a bit of the piece of paper to write out your ideas is going to be the best, most visible thing for me. And so you'll have 3 different pieces of paper that you're going to use, and you're going to use pen, hopefully. If you use a pencil, maybe consider, pushing a little bit harder with the pencil, or either going over it with a pen. But just make sure that the lighting is decent, and then upload that into Brightspace for a grade. Make sure you have 3 of them done on 3 separate pieces of paper. And then I did put an example of a thumbnail sketch below here. And also just remember, I have provided the images that you're going to be using. And then there's a couple Bearpaw logos here too, if you want to look at those. But if you want to download these, you just push on this button and push download. And then they'll download into your downloads folder of your computer. It might take a little bit because there's actually quite a few photos in there, but it might help to actually look through these photos before you begin your sketch process. So I'm going to look at my downloads folder. If it's a zip file still, once you download it, just unzip it. I think if you're on a PC, you can just double click, or on a Mac. And so if I look through these, I can actually look and see what's in here. And it might help you to just kind of look and see what's in here, just to help you realize which images you're going to be working with. And you can also, I encourage you to go on the Facebook page for Bearpaw Ski Bowl and find images on there that you might want to use. Like if there's stuff in here that you don't want to use, you don't see anything in here that's going to work for your idea, go on the Bearpaw Ski Bowl Facebook page and look at their images and pull some images off if you want. So if I go on Facebook, and this might be helpful to you even before you start your thumbnails, just to kind of get an idea. You can go to their Facebook page. You can go to, let's see, you can look at all their posts. They have quite a few images from this last weekend because we had 225 skiers out there this last weekend. So you can look around in here. These are all really blurry, so I wouldn't use these. But they do have a photo section, so you can see all here. And you can actually just go through here and see if anything in here is something you might want to use. They have some images of the rental shop as well, which is definitely, if you can figure out a way to bring that in. They have some merch here that you could use in some of the ads if you wanted to. That's not necessarily going to sell lift tickets, so that might not work the best for it. But we do want to attract volunteers. Here's some volunteers working on snow fence. So it might just help to go in here and look around. I mean, here's somebody with his dog. He brought his dog out and he's helping cut trail. He's got his labs out there. So, I mean, there's definitely way more photos that you can use online if you want. It's up to you, but you can also use any kind of imagery that I've provided in week 6. But these aren't the only ones that you can use. You can use whatever you want. Anyway, I just wanted to go over the thumbnails section of this because that's what's due this Sunday, February 28th by 11:30 p.m. And if you have any questions, just email me or text me. Try to get this done before Sunday because I tend to have a lot of students doing things on Sunday, and they end up texting me or emailing me at like 10 p.m. on Sunday saying, I don't know, I don't understand this project. And it's like, well, if you didn't understand it, I would like for you to get a hold of me earlier in the week so that I'm not, because I usually on the weekends, I mean, if you text me, I more than likely will see it. But if it's in the evening, I might not see it because I go to bed at like 9. So anyway, just try to get a start on these as soon as you can this week. And, obviously reading the chapter first, looking through the project worksheet, watching a few videos, reading through the actual assignment in here in week 6, and then watching this video, that kind of thing is going to really help you understand this whole project as a whole. Anyway, have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon.